They are business leaders, experts in economy, society, and culture. In 15 minutes, their insights will create a vivid picture of Vietnam. Sharing Vietnam, the country as you see it.
Hello everyone, happy to see you again. I'm Fiona. Can you guess where I am? It's Ha Long Bay. Fresh air, beautiful views and nice people, everything for such a great time. And today I'm not alone and my companion is, oh no, I will not introduce him right now. Let's see. Mr. Kurt Water, Group General Manager, Upper Tree Hospitality Division, comes from Switzerland. Has been living in Vietnam for 17 years. Hello everyone and welcome back with Mr. Kurt Water from Emeraude Classic Cruises. So Mr. Kurt, thank you for joining our talk show today. It is not my first time to Ha Long Bay, but every time I've been there, I will have new feeling. I mean, something interesting, something different. So what about you? What do you think about Ha Long Bay?
As you know, we have been involved in Ha Long Bay for 8 years already with this boat, the Emeraude. And I have been coming for 8 years, every single week. So almost 400 trips to Ha Long Bay. So I consider this to be almost my second home. I've spent more time in Ha Long Bay than a lot of people probably in Vietnam, and I've been very attached to this beautiful place. I do consider Ha Long Bay as one of the wonders of the world, and we have just been lucky enough to be one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, and it's in the same category as the Grand Canyon and the Great Wall of China. And so I'm very privileged to come here once a week, to call this my office for 2 days a week.
So 400 trips, but you still do not find it boring?
Never. Ha Long Bay, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, whether it's cloudy, looks always different. But it's mystical, it's magical, and I'm very privileged to be here. It's never boring, and I look forward to many, many more trips to Ha Long Bay.
And do you know about the legend of Ha Long Bay and also the reason for the name Ha Long?
Yes, I couldn't escape this myth of Ha Long Bay. I've been associated and living and working in Vietnam for 17 years. And you hear this story over and over that the Jade Emperor sent the mother and the children dragon to Ha Long Bay to defend the country against invaders. And when they landed in Ha Long, I think Ha Long means also descending dragon. When it landed, it spat out these little pearls who formed all these beautiful mountains that you see here. And the boats that arrived in Vietnam crashed into the mountains, and that's how Vietnam defeated the invaders way back when.
You know that in Vietnam there are many beautiful destinations such as Nha Trang, Da Nang, or Vũng Tàu. So why did you choose Ha Long Bay as your destination for your cruise?
They're all beautiful places. You know, the country is 2,000 kilometers long, but there's a reason for Ha Long being the #1 tourist destination. But why did we choose Ha Long? It actually goes back to the year 2000, when our CEO, Mr. Eric Merlin, found a postcard in the flea market in Paris, and he saw the original postcard of the original Emeraude. And there's a story to it very similar to our owners. two brothers who started a cruise ship business in the late 1800s, 1900s, and had eventually a fleet of 4 ships. And our CEO then decided to do a near replica of the original Emeraude. And it has been the first and is the only steel boat in Halong Bay. It's not like a traditional junk. It's unique because it has a wonderful story to it, and we were very proud to have this boat in the water, because we knew that 100 years ago there was a boat, Emeraude, already taking passengers around Halong Bay. So it's really a fascinating story, and I do believe that our boat is the only boat in the bay which has a story like this. So, and on top of that, we also have, as you met, our captain, a very unique person at the helm of this boat, and we're very pleased to have this set up and very proud.
So it can be said that there are some of the unique and special things about Emeraude Cruise. Emeraude is a ship with the shape of a classic propelled steamboat. It has 3 floors with 37 luxurious cabins. Emeraude can serve 74 passengers with high-end services as a 5-star hotels. On board, there are services such as massage, care, tai chi, cooking, teaching, etc. When tourists take Emeraude Cruise, is taking a journey back in time, as well as the story of Wright brothers. This cruise is designed with luxurious interiors according to French classic style, which will bring everyone out of breath and relax comfortably. It can therefore be called Cruise Back in Time. So what's your assessments about the number of tourists, both international and Vietnamese tourists, who join the tourist services like Emeraude Cruise?
I mean, in general, we're very pleased to see that the numbers of tourists are increasing. In October of this year, we had counted 518,000 tourists to come to Guangning, and we expect that we're going to be somewhere between 5.5 and 6 million tourists in the entire year, which should be an increase of about 16% over last year. And so we have seen some really good growth, and we look forward to hopefully a very prosperous 2012 and hopefully bringing more tourists to this wonderful place here.
And what do you think about the further development of supplementary services such as hotel, restaurant or transportation in order to enhance the tourist quality and attract more customers?
I do believe that we have a number of good cruise ships already, but I think what we should do, or what should be done, is a little bit to improve the onshore facilities. We have seen good efforts now. We have some good quality hotels coming up, but not enough. It's still not attractive enough to stay in Bai Chai, for example, for a family. There's maybe not enough to do, so they go maybe on a boat and straight back to Hanoi. But I think it could be worthwhile to capitalize a little bit more and make sure that families and individuals maybe stay a night in Bai Chai if the infrastructure would improve, and I think we see some good efforts there. I think also the roads and the traffic, the transport between Hanoi and Halong, it gets increasingly difficult and congested. You know, too many cars make this trip actually quite painful. I think there is some improvements underway. When you remember maybe back in the early 90s when I came to Vietnam, it took 6 hours or 7 hours to go to Halong Bay. The car had to go on a boat, and there were no bridges. And then maybe about 6 years ago it was rather quick. It took only 2.5, 3 hours.
You know that besides the exploitation and development, we have also to preserve and protect its beauty, its nature. So what do you think about this issue?
Absolutely main priority. You see sometimes some tourists that come and say, wow, it's so beautiful, but the water could have been a bit cleaner, or there's maybe too many boats. Personally, I think the authorities are now clamping down, making sure that it will be preserved, but it's a long process. You need to make sure that the water is becoming super clean, because that's what is expected from the tourists. I do believe that we have a little bit too many boats now, and I think that it should be regulated in terms of which boat is a seaworthy boat and is worth sailing through Halong Bay. And I think there's only space for so many boats. You know, when you see now where we all anchor, it's sometimes quite tight, and I think improvements can certainly be done there. But I know that there's efforts underway to make sure that this is all becoming a thing of the past now, that we have too much boats and pollution and so on and so forth. So I'm hopeful that in the years to come now, and especially with Halong being a 7th natural wonder of the world, that there will be more focus on these points.
I think there are important things that we have to focus on, but why don't we look at another clip about Halong Bay? Looking down from above, Halong Bay looks like a huge watercolor picture, extremely lively. It is the beauty artwork of nature which makes thousands of Southeast Islands become perfect sculpture with various shapes. In Halong Bay, we think we are a fairy world. In 1994, UNESCO officially recognized Halong Bay as the World Natural Heritage. By 2000, Halong Bay is secondly recognized by UNESCO as the World Heritage because of its geology as well as geomorphology value. This confirms the global value of Halong Bay. You know that Halong Bay will have a chance to become officially one of the new 7 wonders of the world. So how do you take this advantage in order to improve your operation and business?
Well, it's certainly a great sort of medal that we all received, one of the 7 new wonders of the world. But what we're trying to do is to improve our services as we go along. We have set in the last 7-8 years many firsts. We were one of the first companies to have safe transport from Hanoi to Halong. We were the first one to offer Tai Chi in the morning on the sun deck. We were one of the first ones, or the first one, to show a movie, Indochine, on top of the sun deck, the movie that was filmed here in Halong Bay. We also have built an onshore facility, the Emeraude Cafe, where you came this morning, where we greeted you this morning, to make sure that the trip from from Hanoi to Halong and then onto a boat is 5-star and high-end from A to Z. And so we try to find new ways, new services, but also in the staffing side. We want to make sure that we have people like Captain Jacques and our chief purser Anne to take care of our foreign customers together with our Vietnamese crew, and that has worked pretty well so far.
So about you, what's your future plan, yourself and maybe your family in Vietnam?
Yeah, I mean, I work for a wonderful company. I get the privilege of coming to Halong Bay for 2 days every week. And when I think about it, people are saving money to come here once in a lifetime. I get to go every week. It's wonderful. But Vietnam has been a magnet for me. I came back 3 times in 17 years. It's been good to me and my family. And I think that my immediate future is going to be in this country. My children went to school here, and my wife can work and enjoy Vietnam. And as a family, we're very, very happy to be here. So I believe we're going to stay here for quite some time.
And before ending the talk show, would you like to say something to the audience, especially tourists who are concerned about their Halong Bay as their great destination?
As Halong Bay has been nominated as one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, I encourage you to come and visit Halong Bay. It is definitely worth it. I've done 400 trips and you will not be disappointed by its beauty. If you would like to come on the Emeraude, you can find us on www.emeraude-cruises.com. We will be certainly happy to serve you.
Mr. Kurz, once again, thank you for joining our talk show today and all of your sharing today. And let's take a drink for the development of Halong Bay tourism and success of Emeraude Classic Cruise.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
cheers and
cheers. Yeah. And that's the end of our talk show today. Thank you for watching Show in Vietnam. We hope that we have provided you some useful information about Halong Bay tourism, as well as such a fantastic cruise in Halong Bay. Thank you so much, and see you next time.